Okay, here we are back inside MatrixGold once again. Thanks for tuning in. Hope the videos are helping your designing process. If they are, please go ahead and hit that subscription button, tap on that notification bell for further content uploads. Leave me a like, and please, by all means, take 5 seconds, drop a comment down there. Really appreciate that. And then also down here, if there's a super thanks button, you can go ahead and click on that and donate some coffee to the cause. Today what we're going to do is design a fully parametric name ring or initial ring. It could be either, I guess, anything that with lettering on it, I guess. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead to our solids and figure out what lettering we want. Right, I'm going to do the impact here, and I have Alex. And there's a reason I'm picking Alex, because it poses a few difficulties that should help you if you run into other things that don't come up. So hopefully this will help. So we'll go ahead and accept that, and I'll just drop it anywhere out there. I'll go ahead and change it to our yellow, and then also I will go ahead and center it up, complete that, and then get rid of that other command. And we have our Alex out there, and I had it grouped. So we'll just go ahead and ungroup it. Now what it will do is it will ungroup each individual letter, but as you can see, the A, it doesn't ungroup the center section, which is fine. And actually that's best for right now. Okay, so right now, maybe I want this L just to be a little bit longer, or if I don't want it longer, you know, this little section here, you know, you could, if you wanted to, go ahead and explode it, and then maybe just take these. I guess this should, ungroup it. So let's select it and ungroup it now. We exploded it and then ungrouped it. Now it's all individual, right? So what we can do is we can select these pieces here. We can go ahead and turn on points if we wanted to, and then just drag these points over a little bit. So it makes that L a little bit more pronounced, right? And keeps everything all intact for us. Now we can go ahead and select that L, and then go ahead and group everything, join everything back together for right now. All right, that just makes it easier to process. All right, so we have all these and they're all out there. So let's grab this one, and we want to drag that over into this one a little bit, and we want to make sure it has a good contact area, right? So it has a little over 1 millimeter right there, right? And then we'll grab this one, and again we want some good contact there, and this one, you can see that right in here, it's not even giving us 1 millimeter, so we probably want to add some more on that so that we can go back to this one, explode it, and it should be already ungrouped at this point. So we can grab, let's see, we need that one. So we'll grab these two, this one and this one. And we'll go ahead, turn on points, and we can take these points and bump them up a little bit to give it a little bit more contact surface, right? Which is probably good. And then we'll just go ahead and join these back together so that now it's solid again, or closed, closed planar curve. All right, so we got that, we got this, and it's overlapping a little bit, and then we need this one to overlap a little bit in somewhere around here. Let's go ahead and take it right in something like this here, I guess, and we have a little overlapping here. Now the reason also I did this kind of lettering is because you can see that this one is going to be overlapping this one, which is going to create some issues, and I'll explain that as we go. So select it all, and we'll just go to trim now. Okay, so we'll get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and get rid of this, right? Okay, and then we'll just go ahead. All right, and then we'll just go ahead, take all of it and join it together, right? And it will not join together. It'll leave it because we have that little overlap there, right? And we have some overlapping in here as well. So what we want to do is find out where that overlapping is. Okay, is it up here? Is it up here? Is it both? So we'll check this one out first. That one goes right there. Then we click on this one, it goes over into there. So we'll click this one, we'll right click on there. It does this sometimes, I don't know why. Click that, I'll right click, It should go straight to point, but it's not. So split. Okay. I don't know why it's not going straight to point. Okay, let's go here. Let's abort this command here, and there's my point. So I'm just going to click way over here because that's where I know it's not. Okay, ungroup them. So I can select this in here and delete it. Right now I have a little gap there, so I can just go to curve, grab me a line curve, and we'll change that to yellow and go from that end to that end, right? And we'll just take all that and group it back together. Okay. Now let's come up here because we saw one. There's right here and right there. Same thing. So we'll go there. Well, first I'm going to go here, right click, select this, and I have my point. I'll just click way over there and then select that piece and get rid of it and close that up. And then select all this and join it together. Right? Okay. And we have a piece down here, it looks like. Right here. Right there, right there. Okay, so I'll just select this piece here. Well, before I do that, I'll right click here, select this piece, and then right there is fine. And then let's ungroup that so I can get rid of that piece, and we'll just close that piece off there and there. And then I'll select all my yellow again. This part is kind of monotonous, but it'll save you a lot of hassles in the future. So we have all this, and it says open curve, right? So a planar open curve. So there's something still overlapping. Quickest and easiest way, once it's all joined together and you can't tell where it's at, is to go to scroll down here to your point cloud or point objects. Click on that. Go ahead and hit start, and then go back and click on it and hit end. All right, and there's our problem right there. So we'll go ahead and nuke this, and we'll just go ahead and ungroup it too. So this piece is there, and that piece is there. So we'll just grab that one. Well, before that, we'll go over here, right click, select on this curve here, and I'll just click right there, and then I'll just go over, highlight that, get rid of that piece, and then close this piece up, and then go back and grab all my yellow again and join it together. All right, now we have a closed poly or closed curve, right? And that's what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and select this here, and why is that going all the way? Why is it all the way over there? Huh. All right, well, that's interesting. And I'll go ahead and grab that, and we'll change these to red. We'll need to keep those in red. All right. Now, I know this first time it's not going to work, and I'll explain why in just a second. But we're going to go ahead and show it. So it's better to see it and understand it than not. So I'm going to go to Tools. I'm going to grab a ring rail, and I'll just accept size 7 because this is going to be fully parametric once we're done. Next thing I'm going to do is make sure my lettering is much, much bigger. So I'm going to grab my gumball handle there and 3D or 2D, and then just hold down Shift and make it really nice and large. Okay, and that takes everything with it, the red, everything. So everything's much, much bigger, right? Now I need to take this curve and I need to save it to my profiles, right? So I'll click on here, select my curve, this one, and go down to your profile, signet top, and then I'm going to, since the name is Alex, I am going to type in ALEX and accept that. I already have one in there, but let's go ahead and use this one so we can see it come out the way it is. And I'll just go ahead and hit yes. Okay, now I can just go to my tools and go to my advanced signet ring builder, and I can do some small manipulations here right off the bat. But the main thing is we want to see why it's not going to work, right? So let's real quick, 2.5, accept that. Well, it's all parametric, so we can always go back and re-edit it. So let's go back here, and then we'll select our Alex saved in our signet top library. And we'll scroll down here. There it is. And we'll just double click and it's not giving us anything. So if you don't get anything, there's something wrong. There's either curves that are not correctly done right, or this thing right here. The program can't figure out how to get this edge straight down or over there or whatever. So there's some more manipulation we need to do. So let's go ahead and delete the signet ring parametric thing over here. And let's go ahead and make this so we can get it to work. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and grab me another line. And I'm not going to take it all the way out. I'm just going to take it. Well, before I do that, let's do this. Because this is pretty good. Let's go ahead and take this and we're going to nuke it one more time. And I'm going to go in here and do some fillet work, right? And I have it set down here as a radius 0.05. So we want to go and fillet all these edges just to make it, especially these. These most definitely would be you want to do. But you don't have to do the outsides, but we're going to go through and do them all. And I'm going to do them all individually. That way I know everything is done the way I want it. Because sometimes when you do it all, it will do some of them, but not all of them. But this way I know that each one is done correctly. That one really, yeah, a little bit. Right click. Again, these are the ones that are most important. Right click, right click, right click, right click, left click, or yeah, that one's already done. Right click, bring it back. There we go. Right click one more time. All right, and you can do these if you wanted to. We want to make sure that they stay on red and that they are joined together. That's the only thing with these. This one, you can, explode if you don't want that little piece there, which it's not going to probably print out anyway. Turn that one on, turn your points on, and then just drag that point over across that one. And that one looks okay. So we can go ahead and select all this. Let's turn off those points there. Select all this and do some trim action. Get rid of this and this. Right click, select it all, join it back together. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to, wonder why it's doing that way over there. Huh. Okay. For some reason. Way over here. I think it'd be right in here. All right, anyway, again, you want to keep those out there pretty good. All right, so we have it all filleted, right? But this section is what's causing the issue. So I am going to go and grab a line, and I'm going to snap it to that end there and that end there, right? And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to duplicate that, change to my red layer, in place, and change it to red, right? Okay. Now I'm going to select, I'm going to take all my yellow. I am going to join everything back together and I'm going to check it, close planar curve. Right, isn't that what it said? Yes, planar close curve. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to split it with this here. It doesn't matter, yellow or red. And then this piece here and then that red one. I'm going to change to red and I am going to join those together. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and hide all my red. Well, change it back to yellow, hide all my red. Okay, so I have that, right? Now I'm going to take all my yellow again and join it together. And there we go, close planar curve. All right, now let's check it out. So let's go put it back in our profile library. We'll select this one, go to profile, go to signet top, and we will name it again, which will overwrite the last one. Save. You have one that's want to overwrite it? Yes. Okay, and then we can go to our solids or tools and then go to profile builder, and again do your manipulations however much you want. And we'll go ahead and check that profile, make sure it's working okay, and we made it bigger, right? So it should be okay. And we will go to Alex, and it's still not working. So what we'll do is we'll go to Shank, and this manual one, we'll just turn that off, right? And there's our item right there. Okay. Now we have full parametric ability on this, right? So let's go back to our top first. And let's usually signet rings or name rings are pretty much squared off at the top. And don't worry about this for right now. So you can go ahead and manipulate it up here as much as you want. And we'll go back to the shank here. Now start playing around with that. We'll open it up some. Maybe we'll change this profile here to something like this. And it's kind of all hinky, right? For the most part. We can still continue to move things around. This will get rid of this little piece down here at the bottom. If you saw, if this is like down around this area here and you get this little thing here, all you have to do is just move that up a little bit until it kind of gives you something that you're comfortable with. And you can also, most of them are not this kind of shape, so we can go in here and just do something that's straight down, right? Which will give us a little bit better look as well. But everything is fully parametric, right? And you can, let's see, to change that one, we changed this one. I wouldn't really mess around with that one too much. But if you, sometimes the manual button needs to be on to give you the surface. Outside ring rail, we could change that. I don't. We could go into our editor as well, and we can kind of see what kind of updates we're going to get in here. Yeah, it's not too good. But everything is totally parametric availability. I have my snaps on, so not giving me as good a look, I guess. Let's go ahead and turn those off so we can get smaller kind of. There we go. Just kind of move things around and find out what kind of the best look for you. See, I don't like that down there. I'd rather have a little bulge on the side right there. You can go back to your top, of course. Maybe that's out too far, so we can drag that in. Yeah, and that'll take care of some of that. Or we can go to our shank and we can come over here and let's put this up here. Go to something like this. Let's close this out. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, you know, you can play around with those until you get the exact look you want all day long. And the last thing I guess I'll show you, we'll just kind of get it some kind of shape here. Yeah, I don't like that there. There we go. It looks a little bit better. All right. So once you get it to where you like it, I mean, I could play around with this for a while to get it exactly where I want it. Once you get it where you like it, you still were missing some things, right? So let's go ahead and turn those lines back on. And then we'll take this one, and this one, and we'll just go ahead and drag them to the top, somewhere around there, right? Now this one here, this one where the L is, we'll have to do some manipulation, right? So we're going to select it, We're going to go to our transform. We're going to go to a scale 1D, and we're going to snap right in here, and I'm just going to hold down shift and then bring it out so it goes beyond our ring, right? Now I'm going to select this red curve. Well, I can go ahead and select them all, and then I can just pull them down, right? And then I can select this, and change them to our cutters, right? Now, since we manipulated the surface a little bit, they're not going to be exactly, you can see this one's over a little bit. So you can just grab it, not the curve. We can go ahead and turn our curve. So we're going to break history here because we don't need those curves anymore. We got our item there, and we can make that bigger. We can make it longer. You can just use your 2D handles there by holding down shift or by manipulating them one by one, and then you can actually even move them if you need to. And that one looks okay. This one here, maybe we need to make it a little bit bigger this way, and maybe a little bit bigger this way here, something like that. You know, again, you can play around with it, get it exactly where you want it. Hit OK. Okay, because there were more than one, right? Let's go ahead and select this one and this one, change them to our cutters, and let's just do that Boolean. So we'll do a Boolean difference, our ring, enter, this one, enter, and enter. And then we'll just turn our purple, well, let's grab that one and turn it to cutter, and let's give it rid of all that, and we have a name ring out there. You want to go around and check it because sometimes, like right there, you get a little cutout that you may not want, so you can go back and turn on your cutters, grab that cutter there. Maybe you want to make it a little smaller and then drag it back a little bit so that it's not cutting that surface. And then once you click on it and then hide those cutters, it's automatically still right where you goes ahead and does the Boolean because you have all the parametric history on it. But quick, dirty, easy way, and you can continue to manipulate this all day long. If you wanted a cut right through here, here, and here, you could do that as well. Let's go back to shading here. Let's go ahead and grab all that yellow. Oh, I did a Boolean or something. Let's grab all that yellow there and let's turn it to gray and turn it off so we don't have that out there. We can go to our freeform curve right there. We can do the drop down and go freeform interp curve on surface, right? And then select this surface and projects off. It's snapping to some things here, but you can just put a line in there, hold down shift. It's wanting to snap over to some other stuff. Hold down shift, kind of just put a line there and then right click, right? And you could do that to here, here, and here. I'm not going to go do it all, just show one. And then we'll just click on that, go to our tools, go to profile placer, swing that one around, hold down shift so it's bumped up like that. And of course, that's not what we want. First thing I'll do is drag it back a little bit, and I will go ahead and mirror it and then turn this one off, and I will go to my editor, and this is not what we want, so delete. We'll just go to our interp curve there, turn on our snaps, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then click. That's what we want. Right click, go to surface, not 2, surface 1, select our rail, here to here, right click, and we don't need any of that Boolean out, but we'll just go ahead and just bring it so that's flat, and then right click, take that, turn it to this, turn those back on. And I don't need those curves anymore, so I'm not worried about breaking history here because I can manipulate it with this, with my gumball. So I'm just going to drop that down just a little bit, And I'm going to go ahead and do the Boolean difference. This surface enter, this surface enter, and there we go. And then go ahead and hide all those and change it back to where and you can see we have a nice little cut there. You can do the same thing here, here, and here, and it'll all be lined up. If nothing else, your jeweler will be able to take a file in there and clean it up a little bit, or a graver. And there you go. Quick, down, dirty, easy way to make initials and name rings. The main thing is when you got deep cuts like this, you'll have to, close it off and then add that cut back in at a later time. Same thing with all your other internal cuts. And then you'll need to make sure you're not, doing anything that you didn't want to have cut through, like on the outside. The last thing I can maybe recommend, or making sure you check out, let's go ahead and take all that yellow and turn it to gray. You might want to go through and do some dimension checks to make sure that you have enough metal kind of laid out on your item. That's not no 20 millimeters. There. Yeah, it's almost 2 millimeters, so that should be fine. Yeah, and then maybe this one here. Yeah, 2 millimeters. This one's no problem. This one's good to go. Yeah. So hopefully that helps. And if it does, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and good designing. Thank you.